People diagnosed with schizophrenia. What's the most insane hallucination you've ever had? My 12-year-old brother came into my bedroom late after we'd all gone to bed. He was scared and shook me awake telling me we had to hurry up and hide because they were coming to unalive us. I asked him who was they, and he said the three people out front. At this moment I recognized that he was in the middle of a schizophrenic episode, so I reassured him no one was out front, all was safe, and told him to go back to sleep. He started crying and whispered to me, please let's go hide. They're going to unalive us and torture us all. I'm scared. I got up and asked him to show me these people. He took my hand and in a slouched crawl led me into the living room and pointed to the window. He whispered, out there. They're out there. Just look, but don't let them see you because if they see you they will bust in and unalive us. I said okay, and to pacify him I slowly peeked out one of the curtains and saw nothing. So I looked away and said, Johnny, there's no one out there, see? And yanked the curtain back to show him that there was indeed nobody there. He let out this god-awful scream and grabbed me and tried to drag me back upstairs, all while crying loudly. They saw us. Now they're going to unalive us. Hide. This wakes up the entire household and my mother comes running out asking what is going on, and my brother tells her that there are three people out front with big knives and they're going to break in and unalive us all, that we have to hide. My mother grabs him by the shoulders and says very calmly to him, there is no one outside. Look at me. You are safe. There is no one outside. My brother starts to cry again and says, but mommy, there is. Please believe me. They're going to unalive us. Please mommy, believe me. My mother motions to me to open the front door. My brother goes spastic and flaying his arms tries to pull us all away from the front door screaming, don't. They're going to unalive us. Mommy, they're going to unalive us. My heart is breaking for him because of the genuine fear he is feeling, and so I tell him it's okay. I promise if I open this door and you see those people I will slam it shut and we'll run and hide, okay? But if I open the door and we don't see these people you have to stop crying and go back to bed, okay? In a tearful nod he says yes and then hides behind my mother as we all gather around the door. Just to be safe I peek out the front door blind and see no one, so I slowly open the door and he shrieks a whimper and I open the door wide and see nothing. We all look and there really is nothing. As I start to unlock the screen door, our huge German shepherd that's out at night comes up on the porch steps wagging his tail excited to have late night company. I turn to my brother and say, see if there were people out here, don't you think Chief would eat them? And we all give a nervous laugh as my brother shakes his head in agreement. I unlock the screen door and let my dog Chief in to love on my brother for a few seconds. Suddenly my brother looks over at the screen door and freezes. I see it and say, remember, there is no one out there. And my brother in a forced whisper says, they are hiding behind the tree. Don't look. They think we can't see them. Hurry, shut the door. I again remind my brother that he said there was no one out there and he again starts to cry and says, but they're hiding behind the tree. I didn't see them, but I do now. They're still there. Frustrated, I said, okay, if they're there, what do they look like? And he proceeds to say the big guy in the middle is wearing jeans and a black leather coat. He's holding an axe and smiling great big at me. The other man is shorter and wearing jeans and black boots like a motorcycle guy wears, and he has a hat on over long dirty blonde hair, and the woman is wearing a long dress and a floppy hat with long black hair, and she has a knife too. The short guy has a gun. Then urgently he whispers, I think they saw us. We all quickly turn to look out and I say there's no one there. And I open the door and send Chief back out saying, get him Chief, get him. Chief gladly bounces back outside only to look around confused like, what am I supposed to get? My brother says again in a whisper, they saw us. Then he lets out this scream, shut the door. They're coming. Shut the door. I look out and see nothing, and Chief has decided that he's had enough of this game and goes and lays down by the front steps guarding the entrance. My mother looks beyond frustrated and extremely tired. We've got school and work in the morning and here we are at 3 a.m. struggling with my brother's mental illness. Somehow though what we are suffering through doesn't compare to what he is suffering in his mind, and all I can do by that time is watch my mother cry as she hugs my brother. Long story short, I go outside and walk the path to our door by the tree and wave my hands at him, then re-enter saying, see, no one there. Now you promised. Stop crying and go to bed. He nods his head and says, can I sleep with you? I say yes. We relock everything and weary from lack of sleep all march back to bed. I sighed deeply wondering how I was going to have the energy to go to school and mom the energy to go to work, and I let my brother sleep with me. Just as I'm drifting off I hear a whisper in my ear, don't move. They're standing in the doorway. They're going to unalive us. And I open my eyes and see nothing. Here we go again, I thought.